thinking about the descriptor that I selected for myself. I said singer, psychologist, and then something like listener, interpreter of people's stories, because to me that seemed to encompass kind of the sides of the various sides of myself, right? In terms of taking in people's stories and interpreting them, which is part of what you're doing in clinical practice, right? Is helping people redefine, re-articulate their narratives. And thought processes, and et cetera. And certainly in interpreting songs, I mean, you're telling stories. Yeah.
Right. I was going to ask that about, like, from your background. It's like, to me, it's so, it definitely, when you select a song, it's like you really can, your ability to take a song that everyone knows, but give it such a different, not a different meaning, but it just is so much more, I can't explain it. There's just, when you sing certain songs, there's one from your most recent one, Shake It Out.
Shake It Off.
Shake It Off.
Taylor
Shake
Swift.
It Out.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this song,
such a different approach. Yeah.
And then there's another song in that song I didn't really know, but that song really spoke to me, and I have it in some question here, so I'm sure I'll find it.
Okay.
But I was thinking, wow, you're selecting
most days.
Yeah. I mean, you have your right. persona. You're selecting songs from singer-songwriters in these shows you have now, and you do have 11 shows, I think, that you have.
Altogether, yeah.
Yeah. Every song is delivered like very differently, but coming from this really grounded kind of like open way that people can really hear it and also experience levels of like internal story that's not the lines. And I think it's really brilliant. And I wondered how much that is from hearing so many people's internal stories and what you just mentioned about this psychology part of how life feeds into, every part of psychology feeds into other parts of your life. So
sure.
So when you see a song like that, is it first for you, well, I like that songwriter and like that song, or do you take it like to a mental place or a character place or a time in whoever's being voiced through you at the time, not necessarily the singer or the songwriter, if you know what I mean? Like, how do you, what's your prep and how do you deliver what you deliver? Because it's amazing.
Well, I mean, you start out by saying you're you. So certainly the fact that I'm drawn to a particular song says something about me already, right? So it's trying to figure out or, where that resonates for me in terms of my own experience for sure. But I have to give lots of credit to my music directors that I've worked with over the years. First, David Brunetti, who's continued to be a friend and teacher. He does wonderful workshops on interpreting acting songs is the name of his books and his workshops. And then my current music director, Jeff Cabaret, because these folks, when you work, that's part of the process that I love, is that creative process of working with a music director, plowing through a song maybe a half a dozen times before, and then the music director says, oh, here's a take, right? So how the music director envisions the, a particular arrangement, like for example, you mentioned Shake It Off, right? I didn't come up with that, kind of bluesy introduction to that, right? That was Jeff. And so then that puts a whole other spin on things, right? And takes it to a different place. So it really is a collaborative, generative process, back and forth with, the music director and, and then, taking songs that, and what you said, I'm sure is also true, but it's not conscious. The experience of talking to hundreds of, both clients and supervisees, over the years and their experiences and, getting drawn into their experiences, it has to be relevant. It's just that it's not you know, a
No, it
conscious
wouldn't
part
be.
of the
It's just
process.
these sort of like,
Yeah,
but
it's-
also
it's there.
And,
Yeah,
and
it's there.
You're
Yeah.
embodying different kind of mental avenues when you're singing different songs. And the song I'm thinking of is
Yes.
"May I Suggest."
Oh, man. Oh,
Oh my
gosh,
God,
I love that song.
That
right.
that song for me, I'd never heard it.
Susan
It's
Warner, yep.
Yeah, I said it's to me it had like this profound sense of guidance about it, you know, when you sang it, and to the listener and the audience, and I just really loved it. And with that, I also want to jump to one of the guy songs that I really like is Darius Rucker. So I think we would like to hear a little bit of "So I Sang."
Uh-huh.
When I came across this next song by Darius Rucker, the first thing I thought was, wow, that says it all. You may know Rucker as the lead singer and songwriter for the group Hootie and the Blowfish. And he's remarkable not only because of his songwriting abilities, but also, and his voice, but also because he has successfully made the switch over from pop rock to the world of country music. I never was the biggest or the fastest guy. Never hit a home run when the game was tied. I knew from an early age I wasn't gonna be a doctor or the CEO of anything. So I sang. She believes in me, and I played fire on the mountain till I made my fingers bleed. I tried to stand out from the crowd, but most times I just struck out at the plate.